Hey everyone, welcome to Empower Team Monday Night Call. Tonight we're going to be talking about vision casting, and Natalie Borges is going to be leading us and talking about what really vision casting is, the impact it has, why vision casting is so important and such an underrated part of having a Plexus business and working with others and having other people come alongside you. This is a really crucial part. And Natalie is going to be talking all about that. So I'm going to hand it over to Nat. Take it away, Nat.
Thank you. So excited to be speaking on this tonight. It's so important in what we do to cast vision for the future, for the people that join us, for our team, even for our customers. It's important on all aspects of your business. So I was talking to Natalie earlier, and she reminded me of Proverbs 29:18, where it says, where there is no vision, the people perish. So that's a really big deal. First of all, it's a proverb. So we know it's a big deal. But this is wisdom, right? This is part of what's going to make your business super successful is casting vision. The people that you bring along have to know where you're headed. A big part of leadership is casting vision. I think it's just so important to constantly tell your people that you see this for them, that you can, when you think of the future, you see them go, you see yourself going all the way with them, like we're going to be in this, doing this together. I mean, you're just casting vision for the future. It creates anticipation, and it's super important for your people to feel like you see that for them, like, oh my gosh, somebody else believes this for me. I may not believe it right now, and a lot of your people may not believe it right now, but they will. And so when you cast that vision for the future, you're going to just spark that inspiration in them. And honestly, you can't do a lot of things without inspiration. And so for people that are just starting off, they're going to need that. They're going to need that inspiration to believe things for themselves that maybe they've never believed for ever. They've never believed these things for themselves ever. Um, so vision for the future, super important. Your vision is going to be your guiding star. And if you have a pen and a notebook, in a little bit, I'm going to ask some questions that I really want you to write down. And I really want you, after this call, maybe not right after because we have another call, but I really want you to jot these questions down and really write this down. Maybe tomorrow morning, if you can, get up a little earlier and write all of these things down, because they're going to be very helpful for you. If you're thinking to yourself right now, I don't know what my vision is. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to cast vision if I don't have a vision for what this looks like for me. So this is going to be super important for you. Before I get into that though, I want to mention 3 points. So your vision must be emotionally charged. When Martin Luther King was giving his grand speech, right? And he says, I have a dream. He didn't say, I have a plan and here's my plan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, like, he inspired them because he said he had a dream. And that till this day, we're still talking about this amazing, life-changing, inspiring speech of all time. He sparked inspiration because your vision needs to spark emotion. Like, there's no way you can share what you do here and share what your passion is and not touch somebody's heart with it, because it's how people are going to decide to go all in. It's because it has to be emotionally charged. um, we provoke inspiration when we share our dreams. So it's important for you to know your dreams, your why. Why are you doing this? It's important to know that, because when you share that, it's going to provoke other people to dream. It's going to give your people permission to dream. Um, Number two, your vision, a true vision, it sets the direction. So we're going to talk a little bit about that in a little bit. And then 3, your vision paints a picture for the future. So it's very important that you know, like I sometimes I could be future minded, and other times that keeps me from being present. But it's such a beautiful dance that we have to do with like setting our goals for the future, yet still being present. Um, because that's very important for vision casting too, because the journey is just as important as your destination. Okay, so question number 1 I want you to write down. It's going to be kind of deep, kind of simple, but who are you? Actually just write that down. Like, who am I? Um Not who you want to be, but who are you? What is your personal mission statement for your life? Once again, not what you do, but who you are. And a lot of people have a really hard time answering this question. It's very simple, like, who are you? But really, write it down. I want you to think about that, because that's going to be super important for casting vision for other people. A lot of the times, what we ask other people to do, like, we don't actually do, because sometimes we get so like in leadership mode, or like if you serve at church, for example, you get so much into serving that you end up neglecting like your personal relationship with the Lord. Like that happens to a lot of leaders in church. So it's like kind of that thing where it's like we say a lot of these things, but we really need to know the questions to these answers in order to lead people. The next question I want you to write down is, where am I going? Where are you going? The direction that you're heading in is everything. I've done a lot of wrong things in my business, a lot of wrong things in my business, but you can be sure of this, that one thing is true. I've stayed on path and I've known where I'm going. Like I've done a lot of things, I've made a lot of mistakes, but I know where I'm going. You need to know where you are going. Um, and we do our goal setting calls every month. At the start of the month we do our goal settings, because it's so important to know, where are you going. um Next question I want you to write down is, why am I going there? Why am I going there? And I my last call I kind of spoke about this, and really kind of breaking that cliche thing that I've experienced with your why, but really digging deep. And once again, if you have not written it down, write it down. Why are you going there? What is your why? That is going to be your deeply rooted commitment to not giving up when you feel like you should. There's a lot of times you're going to feel like, man, this would just be a lot easier to not do this. But your why is going to keep you committed. So it's super important to know that. Now, I also want you to write down, the next question is, what it feels like to be going there. What does it feel like to be going there? The experience, the journey, right? We always say it's I like to say, on the way, the in between is super important. What does it feel like to be going there? What do you feel about being on the way? It's also very important part. If you're unhappy on your journey, if you're unhappy in the in-betweens, no one is going to want to ride shotgun with you. Like, if you are not happy doing this, no one's going to want to get in your car. Like, no, who wants to travel with an unhappy person? Not me. I've done a lot of road trips. And if either me or my husband are not in a good mood when we do the road trip, it's not going to be a fun trip. So really understanding the in between, the journey is just as important as your destination. So when we say enjoy the journey, like it's not just a cute quote. You got to enjoy the journey. There's no way you can help people envision their future doing this, envision their dreams, if you're miserable. Like, you can fake it, but people will know if you're not happy doing this. And so all it means is that you just have to get deeply rooted to your why. Um, and if you're super goal oriented, and you're super future focused, this is going to be really hard for you because it's not easy to be present. It's not easy to do the everyday mundane things that you need to do in order to get to the goal. But it's super important. Is any Raise your hand if you feel like being present is a little difficult. Yeah, yeah, cool. It is. It's hard. It's hard to be present when you have all of these goals and you want to do all of these things and you are vision casting and you are doing, sometimes it's just hard to come back and stay present. Okay, so the next question I want you to write down is, how are you going to do it? Now this is the fun part. This is the part that you can get with your sponsor and you can write down your plan, because this is important. All of this is connected to vision casting. If you think, why is asking myself who am I, why is that important for vision casting? It is. All of these questions are going to enable you to set the picture for somebody else. um, so how are you going to do it? What's your plan? um, what hours are you working your business? That's going to be huge. Are you treating your business truly like you care about your business? It's super important for your team, for your people, for your customers to see that you are committed to this. People are trusting you. People are giving you their social security numbers to sign up. Like, people trust you. If you have signed up anybody, like, you have influence and people trust you. And that's a really big deal. You are a leader. Like, welcome to leadership when someone can trust you with that information. So the last question I want you to ask yourself, and you can write this last question down, is, what will the reward be? What will the reward be? So, okay, I get here. What's the reward? When you get to where you're headed, what is the reward? Maybe it's more time with your family. Maybe you are debt free. Maybe you just honestly, you love leadership and you want to create more leaders, and just seeing other people successful is going to really fuel you. I know it fuels me. If I see other people like doing well, I get so excited. I love that. It's like the most fun part, honestly. Um, so asking yourself these questions is going to create vision for yourself. When you have this vision for yourself, you'll be able to cast it. I mean, you can talk to your neighbor, you can talk to your homegirl, and they're going to see that what you're speaking about is foundational. When you say, I see this for you, they know that you see it for them because you can see it for yourself. If you don't see this for you, you're not going to see this for other people. But when you spark just that little bit of inspiration, just a little bit, they are going to be completely as committed as you are to see that vision come to light, to see that vision grow, to see that vision um, just be so much bigger than them. And so I don't know if there's anything you want to add, Nat, um, but it's so important that we talk about this, because I think it's an area that it's easy to neglect, because we're busy doing the things, but vision casting and having that be a part of your team, of your people, and letting them believe that they can do this, just giving them permission. Like, do you see this for yourself? Like, can you imagine being debt free, and like you just have all this time freedom and you can spend more time with your family? Like, wouldn't that be amazing? Like, that's what I'm creating for myself, and I want that for you. I want you to see that. And when you share that and they believe you and you look into people's eyes, and obviously maybe it's through Zoom, but when you can really share that with people, it makes such a huge difference. So thank you, guys.
Thanks so much, Nat. Man, these questions were really, really powerful. That is
Yeah.
so good. I'm like, yeah, like I'm feeling this is just even asking good questions is is a part of vision casting, right? I
Right.
remember when we did training over at Courtney's house with Fallon, I don't know, a couple years back, and she said a big part of leadership is vision casting. When you're talking to people and you're doing coaching calls, and that really, I was like, really, what, like, what is that? What is that even? And I've seen throughout the years how really crucial it is to speak that into people's lives, to remind them where you're going, because, things can get hazy if you aren't looking at the right goal, right? So if you're looking here and this girl said that, and this person and my neighbor and this whatever, my family member said this, you can get lost, right? Unless your eye is on the prize. And so, reminding people, I was saying to one of my girls today, like, hey, like, I really see your team exploding. I see people coming to you. You have so much wisdom and influence, and I know that the Lord has this for you. It's important to say that to people, and it's really mean it. Say it from the heart, and also like just reminding people, like, and I want to remind all of you guys that, like, we are on like one of the fastest growing teams in Plexus, and like, don't forget that, like, what we're doing is, we're this team, us right here, we're top 75 even to this day right now, in all of the company. And that's a really big deal. You are on a winning team, and it's because of you guys. It's because of our systems, and we're going to the top together. Anybody who keeps on trucking through and doing the work and growing, and like the simple daily disciplines, we're going there together. So you are at the right place at the right time. So just keep that in mind, for a little vision for you. Don't forget. Okay.
That's
You
good.
guys, and this is somewhere that you want to bring people because of where we're going and what we have figured out in our system. So thank you so much for sharing that. Like, this was so good and such great questions. Like, everyone really, really, really like take some time to reflect. This is a really important part of getting clarity and being successful.
Yeah.
So and then we will see y'all on the next call. Shout out to everybody who made it on this call and is making the time to make it on this call and make it on the other call. You guys are straight up dedicated, and you should be proud of yourself for even being on this call. I know it's a commitment to show up to. This is our only time where we show up to work right now, and we get on the other call too. And it's so important for you guys to be here on these calls. So we are so proud of all of you guys. All right, we'll see you on the next call, and we'll post the link and comment love.
Bye,
Bye, guys.
guys.